Hi everyone, in this lesson we're going to go from this autumn scene to this snow scene in 6 simple steps using Adobe Premiere Pro. And you can check out my Premiere Pro course, which is available for a limited time for free in the description below. And make sure to watch until the end of this video to get the 4 key enhancements to make this snow effect really stand out. You can like this video if you'd like to save it for future reference. Let's get started. Step 1, add green screen snow. So first of all, let's go to Window, Workspaces, Editing, Window, Workspaces, Reset to Save Layout. This means we all have the same layout for this lesson. Then let's drag our video clip into our sequence, and then let's drag our foreground snow on top of that video clip into video track 2, and we will bring our background snow in a minute. Okay, so with our foreground snow selected, these are the larger snowflakes. We will go into our effect controls, and down below in effects, type in Ultra. And we'll drag Ultra key up onto this clip, and we will then select the color that we want to be removed by using our color picker here and selecting the green. Let's click OK. So as you can see there, the snow has now been applied. Let's make this clip shorter so that it's the same duration as the video clip. Next, let's drag in our background snow, which are the smaller snowflakes. As you can see, the resolution of this video clip is lower than our video clip of our 2 characters. That's okay because we can scale it here, and it doesn't matter if it's a little bit blurry because they are snowflakes and it won't be noticeable. So we'll go into our effects again, we'll drag up our Ultra key, and again we'll use our color picker to select the green and then click OK to remove that color. So now we have lots of snow falling. Let's move on to the next step. Step 2, add masks for depth of scene. Next, we're going to mask our characters so that the background snow only appears behind them. So with the background clip selected, we'll go into our effect controls panel, go down to the opacity section, and we'll click on the pen tool to create a mask. Then we'll quickly create a mask around these characters. Doesn't need to be exact because we're going to be adding a lot of feather to it. And then we will move through the clip and track the mask so that it moves with them. And then finally, we'll click on invert so that it's not the characters that are masked, it's the background, which means the background snow will only appear behind these characters, giving our scene that depth that we were looking for. Step 3, adding tint to cool the scene. So as we can see, our scene here is an autumn scene with nice warm orange and yellow colors. So what we need to do is we need to go to our effects, type in tint, and then drag and drop tint up onto our video of the 2 characters. We don't want our image to be black and white, so there's 2 changes we need to make. Firstly, let's select our white color, and instead of white, let's choose a cool light blue look, and this will give us a wintry feel to our scene. And secondly, let's reduce the amount to tint from 100% down to 69%. Our scene is already feeling a lot more wintry. Here's the before, and here's the after. Step 4, luminance through curves. Now we need to add that luminance and brightness that snow creates when it's covering a large area. So what we'll do is we'll go over to our Lumetri color panel, we'll click on curves, and with white selected, we'll drag our curve across here. And as you can see, that has illuminated our scene. Section 5, adjusting the background. So let's go to Window, Workspaces, Reset to Save Layout to bring us back to this layout. Now we're going to need a new adjustment layer. So we'll right click and choose a new adjustment layer, and we'll drag it onto the top of our sequence. We need this adjustment layer because we need to isolate the background so that we're only making changes to the background behind our 2 characters here. So with our adjustment layer selected, we will choose Lumetri color and drag it up onto the clip, and we will then create a mask around the background that we want to adjust. Again, this mask doesn't need to be exact because we're going to be adding feather to it, but with this adjustment layer selected, we will now use our Lumetri color basic correction, and we will modify each of these sliders to create a cooler look in the background of this scene. The lines around this mask are a little bit visible, so let's increase the feather to 82 in order to make these less noticeable. And then, as per the earlier section, we need to track this mask through the scene as our characters move. So we will set the initial keyframe, and then as the scene moves, we will move our mask. Okay, let's see how that looks. Great. Step 6, choose a creative look. Okay, so we will select the video with our characters in it in the sequence. We will then go over to our Lumetri color panel to the creative section, and from the look drop down menu we will select SL Bleach NDR. As you can see, this enhances all of the color changes that we've made already, and it creates this wintry, snowy look. Enhancement 1, add a soundtrack. Now that we have our wintry scene, let's enhance it. Firstly, by adding a soundtrack. So we'll drag and drop our soundtrack in, and then we will shorten it to just after the length of our video content. Let's test that. Perfect. Enhancement 2, add black bars. Okay, so let's highlight everything in our sequence and create a nested sequence, and this will allow us to add our black bars. So in our project panel, we will right click and we will select new item, new adjustment layer. And with our new adjustment layer selected in our source monitor, we will go to our effects panel, select crop and drag it up onto our adjustment layer, and we'll add 11.5% at the top and 11.5% at the bottom, and then drag our adjustment layer over onto our sequence. And as we can see here, we now have our black bars. It no longer looks like our shot is framed as we would like it to be. So what we'll do is we will select our nested sequence and we will move it upwards in our effect controls panel. Let's test that. Wonderful. Enhancement 3, add text. Okay, so let's use our text tool and type the word snow. Then let's select it, centralize it, and then let's drag the text to the middle of the sequence because we don't want it to appear straight away. Make it slightly longer. Okay. Enhancement 4, transitions. Okay, so first of all, let's add a transition to our text. We'll type in cross, and let's drag and drop cross dissolve to the start of the text so that it fades in, and we'll drag it to the end of the text so that it fades out. Let's make these a little bit longer by dragging the ends of them further into the clip. Okay, great. Next, let's just style our text a little bit further. I will change the color of it to this orange so that it stands out more. Okay, perfect. Next, let's type in dip. And let's drag a dip to black transition to the end of our nested sequence so that it fades out. We'll make that fade a little bit longer by dragging it further into the clip. And finally, let's add a audio transition. So we'll drag constant power to the end of our soundtrack. And we'll drag that into our soundtrack clip also so that they fade out at the same time. Overall, I'm very happy with that. I do feel the text needs a little bit more styling. I will select my text using the type tool and I will change it to light. And I will increase the spacing between the letters to 368 and then centralize it horizontally and vertically. The text looks like it isn't standing out enough. So the last thing I'll do is I will add a little bit of drop shadow to the text. So with the text selected, I'll click on shadow here and I'll adjust the settings. I'll change the color from grey to black to make it sharper. I'll increase the distance here to 16.8. Let's go full screen and test this. Okay, that looks great. Here's the before and here's the after. Thank you for watching. I am an Adobe certified professional in digital video using Adobe Premiere Pro. If you would like to see new lessons as I post them, please subscribe to my channel. And if there's any particular skill you'd like to learn in Adobe Premiere Pro, please leave it in the comments and I will put it on the list of upcoming lessons. I'll see you again soon.